Hello.
Hi.
It's really nice to have you here.
I'm really grateful to be here. It's just the kind of environment I always dreamed of.
Oh my, exactly. This is not what I can do every day.
No, it's not even what I mean, I can't do this every day.
Yeah, I can barely do it right now.
Here's what I like about the look you're going for is that, like, I feel like there's this glamour in, like, when you look at, like, a Tennessee Williams play where, like, the woman who has psychological illness is always, like, in a fur laid out on a chaise. Whereas in reality, a woman with mental illness or a woman struggling with her psychological well-being is often, like, in sweats and, like, a t-shirt that used to belong to her dad that's, like, covered in food bits. And so I like the idea of, like, almost, like, fetishizing and making glamorous all that experience, because I just feel like the last 20 years of my life would have been so much better if every time I was having a panic attack or like an episode of serious dissociative anxiety, I had been in like a beautiful house coat and like curlers and not like a shirt that had a picture of my old pet rabbit and like someone else's underpants.
Yes. Well, underpants are a huge issue for me, like managing that in my life. And it's like, I've come to accept it as just even part of a healthy life for me. Like, it's not just a sign of the depression. It's like I never have them. I don't do laundry, okay? Yeah. I mean, and I don't have someone else do it either.
Yeah.
I buy new packs or order them from Amazon Prime.
I get it.
In under an hour. I pay the extra, even though it would come in 3 hours.
I've always been anxious, but I haven't been the kind of anxious that makes you like run 10 miles a day and like make a lot of calls on your BlackBerry. I'm the kind of anxious that makes you be like, I'm not going to be able to come out tonight, tomorrow night, or maybe for the next 67 nights.
To shut down and like
and rock. My image whenever something really bad happens, or even not that bad, just stressful, is I imagine going home and face planting into a bath mat.
Ugh.
Doesn't that sound nice?
Of course, that's one of the best places to hang out.
Yeah, and
that's how I start my day, basically.
Face planting in the bath mat?
Every day to get out of bed, okay? The bargain I make to get out of bed is not to start the day. That's obviously way too big, you know what I mean? Or it doesn't sound good. Nothing sounds good. Welcome in the day, you know, that kind of thing? No. So instead, I want to go from the darkness and the warmth of sleep, and I go, all right, I'm going to recreate that somewhere else. So I go to the bathroom, shower and faucet, okay, hot as possible, lights off. Then I get the coffee, okay, bring it in, close the door. Then the cats come in. They like knock at the door.
That's so nice.
Okay, I let them in with a little cold air and okay?
Yeah.
It's dark, my eyes are closed, okay, and I'm getting coffee in. The only difference is that I'm seated, I guess, right?
And you're hot, there's steam going in the bathroom.
Yes, because there's a coldness to the morning, even if it's not cold. There's like
of course.
The depression sort of chill. There's something about being really close to discomfort and lightly shielded from it that's almost better than being way far away from even discomfort.
In order to fall asleep, I have to do some coziness visualization. Like I have a big one, which like I'm not proud of, which is that like that I've gone to do. This is like just need, when this is edited, it has to include that I understand the amount of like self-glorification, delusion about how the world works, etc. that's involved in this. But like I have this one where like I've gone to a kind of dangerous country to like educate people on like birth control or something.
Okay.
And I'm kidnapped because they don't believe in what I'm teaching. And I'm kidnapped with 2 of my friends or something. And then once I'm kidnapped, I'm kidnapped and I want to save us. And so I trick the guy who's kidnapping us into like letting me, I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. And they like walk me out to an outhouse, and I run away and get someone who helps come save my friends. And then like they did for Lisa Ling's sister, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton come on a plane to get us.
Oh my God.
And then they're like, you were so brave, you should rest before you get back to the US.
That backstory sets up the joy of the plane.
The joy of the plane ride.
You need that. You see, this is
where
interesting.
Bill and Hillary Clinton are both safely at the front, just like reading the newspaper, being like, we're so glad the girls are safe. Oh my God,
you're just like quiet, like you've been quietly talking?
Yeah.
Like just like they're keeping it down for you.
Yeah, it's
like
so
just like
nice.
Respectfully and like.
Yeah, they're like, we can't imagine how tired you are.
Oh my God, they're like, we wouldn't dream of bothering you.
This is the more
like,
adult.
do you want some soup?
Yeah, this is a more adult version of my old fantasy that somebody would tell me to sleep for 24 hours and wake me up only to force me to eat a bowl of pasta.
Oh.
I think what we're talking about here is a feeling that we desperately want to be cozy, and that coziness isn't, like, there's not enough in real life to contain us.
Yes, I always want to be, like, metaphorically and, you know, in a restaurant, like, up against the wall.
Yeah, of
like
course.
Against an edge.
Sometimes I wonder if people who have, like, real crippling, like, clinical anxiety are, like, of course some of them have illogical worries, but sometimes I wonder if they're, like, more tuned, like, I always felt like I was, like, more tuned in. Like, I thought about dying all the time, and everyone would be like, don't think about that. And I'd be like, but why shouldn't I think about that? Because we're all going to die. So in a way, what you're classifying as obsessive clinical disease is me recognizing what's actually going on.
Absolutely.
And you, like, just, like, happily flitting around like you're Bambi.
Yes, a huge value, I think, in my family, and I think, you know, like you were saying, in yours, is this thing that was hammered into me, which was, you know, there's no danger in your thoughts. It's all that happens is you know, your actions, and if you get freaked out about your thoughts, that's you know, an anxiety cycle. And I've always felt that it's sort of us widening the border, you know, into these far reaches, go to the darkest place possible, and kind of set up the fence really far, so that when you're depressed, those kinds of thoughts you're thinking are so close to home. You haven't even ventured anywhere near the edges of your property.
Yeah.
And that's a great comfort.
It's really cozy. I remember once hearing Elizabeth Gilbert be like, the reason that I like antidepressants is because, like, you can get really depressed, but not really depressed.
Oh my God, yes.
And
Absolutely.
I was like, that's great. It's like the difference between, like, falling down on the ground and falling out the bottom of the earth.
This has been How to Weep in Public. Check out the other episodes. Thank you guys for, you know, just in what's sort of a thing, you know what I mean? So thank you.